Hey, how you doing? It's Tim Shurr, and today I wanted to share a topic with you called handling. Okay, I think we're live now. Sorry if I'm have a little bit of a pause. My computer's going. I have been told from my friends that the internet is at capacity right now. So if you find that you're having internet issues, it's not you. Everybody's at home on the internet right now. And so there's a little bit of lag. In fact, it took me quite a while even to be able to get on and do this live video for you. So we are on. And today I want to talk about, let me see, I'm switching this too. So if you have any comments at any time, feel free to share them. All right. So I want to share, how do you handle unexpected emotions? So we are in kind of like the second week of this great shutdown. I was going to say the great American shutdown, but it really is the whole world going through this. We're in unprecedented times and everybody is scared. And if they're not scared yet, they're going to be. Right. I was going through this feeling like, this is going to be okay. We're going to get through this. And then I was hearing the news, watching CNN, watching Fox, watching NPR. You know, I like to try to get sources from a lot of different places and just paying attention. And the numbers are definitely going up for people who have gotten sick. And then I'm, going to the grocery store, I'm seeing things like, all the cheese is gone, which, all the hamburger meat is gone. It's like, wow, I've never seen that before. And so, it's bringing it home to people that, hey, we might be kind of slowing down for the next several months, right? Not just a 2-week vacation, but literally we might be shutting down until May, right? Which is a lot for people that, if you're not going to work for the next 3 months, if I don't go to work for the next 3 months, how am I supposed to pay my bills? But the good thing is that we're all going to get through this together. We're going to figure it out together. The good news is that everybody's going through this at the same time. So we have to get through it together, right? We just have to. Like if you don't pay your mortgage for the next several months, you're not going to lose your home because they wouldn't allow that to happen. No government official would allow that to happen because otherwise everybody would be in jeopardy and that's not going to happen. So we're going to be okay. We've got to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves and then doing as much as we can to take care of others. So today I'm focusing on taking care of you. Right? You want to make sure that you are using your mind to prepare you and to focus on what you can do to feel safe and secure. So there's 3 things that we want to do. The first thing we want to do is use our mind to prepare us, not scare us. A million years ago, and I know it's not a million years ago. I don't know how long the, Homo sapiens have been rolling around on this planet, but as we first started to evolve, we developed the back of our brain, right? And in that brain, we developed the fight or flight response, which is the part of us that uses fear, anxiety, and stress to protect us. It was there to serve us. It was there to, for us to all of a sudden get a feeling inside that something's wrong. And then we would notice something in the bushes, and then it would have been like a snake or something, that our unconscious mind picked up to alert us of danger. And so then we could be more protective, right? We could protect ourselves and not go by that bush. And so our fear response is designed to prepare us, not just freak us out. And then as we got more and more developed, our brain started creating these prefrontal lobes so that now we can be more resourceful. So if we start to get a feeling that something's there in that bush, then, okay, well, now we are aware of it. Now what can we do about it? Do we need to go in from another side and try to chase the snake out? Do we need to go in there and have one person come in and draw it out and the other person gets it? Are we going to cook that snake for dinner? What are we going to do? We got to get resourceful in that situation. So your brain is designed to prepare you, not just scare you. But over time, more and more people were getting stuck in the fear. It was like the anxiety part was telling you something was going on. Your fire alarm was getting pulled, but then it keeps getting pulled. Even when there isn't danger, it keeps getting pulled, right? And so, it's like having a fire alarm and there's no fire anymore, but we just leave it running. Well, that is really harmful to the human body, because we weren't designed to use it that way. It was designed to be quick so that it grabs your attention, so that you can use your prefrontal lobes to figure out how are we going to handle this situation. So again, our brain is designed to prepare us, not scare us. So as we go through this situation, there's plenty of things that can be scary. There's plenty of things that we can focus on that will riddle you with anxiety. But there's plenty of things that you can focus on that will fill you with peace, right? The fact that this is going to get better, right? That we are going to survive it. That if you do get sick, the odds are like 80% or higher that you're going to get better, right? And so, especially if you're already healthy, then, and if you do have some conditions, at least you are protecting yourself right now. And it's not just you. The whole world is focused on, let's do what we can together to stay safe, to wash our hands. So more and more people are taking this serious. And that's comforting. Okay. Now, of course, you could spend all day coming up with scary scenarios, and I could come up all day with ways to knock it down. And if you keep coming up with scary scenarios, you're going to win. If you fight and defend your fear, you're going to have it. You're going to win. You're going to be riddled with anxiety. Congratulations. How is that helping you? It's not. And it's not helping anybody around you either. So here's some things you can do. Okay. 1, use your breathing. Change your breathing. Focus on breathing in through your nose, not your mouth. If you want to trigger the fight or flight response, if you want to pull the fire alarm in your brain, breathe through your mouth. Breathe short and shallow. Okay. Hold your breath. These are great ways to cause anxiety inside of you. In fact, here's how to cause anxiety. Breathe through your mouth. Stare at the ground. Look down, stare at the ground, and then imagine all the things you don't want to have happen. Imagine that in as much detail as possible and be associated. Imagine yourself in that situation, and then imagine that there's nothing you can do about it. That is how you feel anxious and depressed if you want a little extra, if you want to achieve in making yourself feel horrible, because that's the stress response. We focus on what we don't want. We stare at the ground. When you stare at the ground, it turns the volume of your inner voice up. When we stare at the ground, we're talking to ourselves. And then we're usually creating feelings as well. To feel feelings, we got to look down. If you want to feel peaceful, you do the opposite. Instead of looking down, you look up. Okay, you look up. When you look up, it moves you from auditory digital, which means you talking to yourself, to visual. It moves you from auditory digital to visual. When you look up, you're no longer talking to yourself. When you look up, it quiets the voice in your mind and makes you feel more peaceful. When you look up, it lifts your chin up, which opens your diaphragm, which allows you to get more oxygen down into the bottom of your lungs, down into the lower lungs, lower lobes of your lungs. And then that triggers the relaxation response. Herbert Benson, a long time ago, Dr. Benson said the way you activate the relaxation response is by power breathing, breathing in through your nose, down to your belly, down to the bottom lobes. Put your hand over your belly button. Okay. There's my belly button. Okay. Put your hand over your belly button and then breathe like this. Before and after. Okay. So you're breathing in through your nose and then slowly breathing out. Or you can breathe out through your nose. Okay. Like a flare them out. All right. So that's your power breathing. You breathe in and then you breathe out. Count to 5 while you breathe in and out. Breathe in through your nose as you're counting to 5 in your mind. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice how I slowed the count down while you exhaled. That causes you to slow down. You can't have anxiety in slow motion, right? You just can't. To feel anxious, we have to speed up inside. Imagine trying to have a panic attack in slow motion. Doesn't happen. When people have a panic attack, they go, oh my God, they freak out, right? They go faster. And so what we want to do is slow it down. So the fastest way before you try to do anything with your mind, you have to slow your body down. You've got to shift your physiology. Okay. So that means that you focus on breathing through your nose down to your belly, slowly exhale. You can look up, you can count to 5. These simple things, when you look up, breathe through your nose and count to 5 in and out as you exhale, and you do that 5 or 10 times in a row, it will literally feel like God just reaches into your brain and pushes the reset or the refresh button. It's a mindset reset, and you will feel more calm and at ease. And that's what we want. Once you start to get more resourceful, then instead of looking down and focusing on worst case scenarios, you look up and you start focusing on, what can we do to feel better? How can I use this time right now? Maybe I can use this time to get on the phone. I had my friend Bob from church call me up and say, hey, we're putting together prayer groups, and everybody's calling each other once a week, just to stay in touch so we can, reach out to people. We have FaceTime. I can FaceTime whoever I want, and then we can see each other so that we're still having face contact, right? So this is not social distancing. This is physical distancing. This is social connecting. We are going to connect more. I will tell you, I've been talking to so many different people all over the country. I just finished doing a teleconference with a guy who's in New York, a business owner in New York. And he said it's really bad out there. I mean, people don't realize how bad it is in New York right now. He said the silver lining, though, which I smiled because 2 weeks ago I wrote that silver lining for the coronavirus article. And he said the silver lining is that everybody's spending more time with their family that they did not have before. And I've told that to my wife. I said, I've felt like the way that my life was, I was on an endless treadmill. I was going so fast and there was no end in sight. I wanted to spend more time with my family and do more fun things, but I felt like I couldn't because I was constantly going faster and faster. And the more success you have, the more people there are to serve. And so I was just on all the time. And when we had our mandatory staycation, is what I'm calling it, when we've really been told to stay home and have a staycation, I felt so relaxed and peaceful. If you watch some of my videos from last week, I'm like, hey, man, I'm just so peaceful and feeling at ease in spite of what's going on, because it gave me a chance to hang out and watch TV with my family. I didn't watch TV. I was always working, right? It gave me time to be able to play board games and do fun things with them and spend more time with my wife. I didn't have time to do that. I was always going. And so it's not what shows up. It's how you show up. And this is an opportunity to refocus your attention onto, all right, what are some things that I can do? What are some things that I can control? The Serenity Prayer says, control the things you can and let go of the things that you can't. There are a lot of things that are going on in our world right now that we cannot control. We have no control over it. We can't control what we're doing with our business. In most cases, we can't control what's happening in the economy. We can't control what's happening with our stocks and our investments and our retirement fund. We can't control, the kids not being in school or kids not being able to go to prom. We can't control any of that stuff. So we control what we can control. We control having fun. We control taking care of ourselves. We control learning how to meditate. We control going to resources like YouTube, which is literally full of every kind of possible thing you can learn. Anything you want to learn or do. I couldn't figure out how to reconnect my printer to the Wi-Fi, and it took me about 3 or 4 videos, but I figured it out on YouTube. Right? I go to YouTube for my fix-it, for my handyman, for my personal trainer, right? There's so much there and it's free, right? So use this time to clean the house, go through your piles, exercise, get into healthy shape. There are things that you can do that you won't do if you're using all your energy, making yourself feel scared. Now, let's shift gears a little bit. If you are feeling upset and scared, that's okay. I'm talking about if we're getting out of control, if we're overdoing it. If you feel scared a little bit and you find yourself crying or tearing up or saying more prayers, good. That's okay. Let that come out, right? Some of it is okay. Having fire alarms is a smart idea. Sometimes when they go off, that can save lives, right? I'm not saying disconnect the fire alarm. I'm just saying don't let it run constantly. And so if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, have a good cry, right? Do some exercise, call a friend, write some letters, pray more, right? And if you have a glass of wine, okay? But don't feel like you have to have a whole bottle every day, because that means that you are not taking control of your thoughts. And if you need help with that, I've got years of videos on how to do that. They're all on YouTube. I've got so many articles that it would take you months to get through those articles. And if you need more with the hypnosis, then, you want more with the hypnosis, then we can do some sessions or get the programs on my website, right? I have been giving a lot of programs away for free. I can't give them all away for free, or I have no way of funding the stuff that I use to give away the free stuff, right? So if I don't make any money, then I can't afford the Wi-Fi, I can't afford the Zoom conferences, I can't afford the websites. I pay for all of that stuff. When I'm giving stuff away free, it doesn't mean that it's free for me. It just means that it's free for you, right? So I have to pay for all of that stuff. I have a large expense. I pay so much money in expenses every year, more money than I used to gross. I just have a lot of expenses. And so selling you some hypnosis programs that are very reduced price helps me to be able to keep everything going. So as we go through this, I'm going to be there with you the whole way through. Right. And then, of course, if you feel like you are in some serious trouble and you need to stop smoking, or your stress eating is getting out of control, or you are having panic attacks, then call me and we'll do some sessions right over the phone. All right. So I'm definitely doing a lot of that as well. And so I'm here if you need me. Okay. So I'm here, though, to share these strategies with you for free, because I want you to have these tools and I want you to have these tips, and then you can learn these things. And then if you have loved ones that are older, that are scared, you can teach them the power of breathing. You can teach them how to take a power breath and then ask a power question that refocuses their mind on what they want, and show them how to create a joy list and some things that they can do so that you are focusing their attention on things. They say that, idle hands are the work of the devil. Well, an idle mind is way worse, right? If you're not focusing on moving towards something, your mind is going to focus on every bad thing that's ever happened to you in the past. It'll start drumming up all kinds of chaos and anxiety and things, old wounds from the past, things that you are upset about or angry about. All of a sudden, you'll start feeling all of that stuff because your mind is looking for a way to entertain itself. And drama is a drug. Right? Drama releases different chemicals in your brain, which is why sometimes people are always creating drama, because they're getting a bit of a fix from it in their brain, right? We always do things for a reason. Human beings don't usually randomly do things. There's always a reason why we're behaving the way that we are. So we want to make sure that we're getting hits off of, dopamine hits in our brain, feel good feelings from doing things that are proactive and loving and encouraging. So if you feel like crying, have a good cry. If you get scared, have a good scare. Hug yourself for a little bit and then say, all right, now that I've done that, now that I've given myself permission for 10 minutes or for an hour, now I need to get resourceful. Okay, now I need to focus on what can I do to feel better. We need to get a jump on this. The government knew in January what was going on and downplayed it. If we would have had those extra couple of months stockpiling things, we would be in a better place, but we weren't. We didn't. That didn't happen. So I say we need to get a jump right now on our emotional health, because if we are in this for 2 or 3 months, and some people are saying that it's going to be in waves and we're going to be going through this for the next 3 years, not maybe being out of work for 3 years, but going through the challenges and going through the stuff until our body develops immunity, or a stronger immune system to this new virus, because it's not a flu. It's something different, and we don't have a defense for that. Our body's going to develop one because it came from this planet, and our body's from this planet. So we have a lot of years of evolution to help us fight this. but it is something new. It isn't just a regular flu like I thought it was. Apparently it's not. And so it is a serious issue, even more serious than what most people are being told. So I remember one of my jobs is I train fire chiefs, right? And these fire chiefs are telling me what they're experiencing and what's really going on. And when you start to hear that, it's like, oh my gosh. In fact, I was on with Chief John Buckman, who is a legend in the firefighting industry and world. And, and him and I are doing webinars for fire chiefs and to help them to know how to handle this situation, because this is new. It's different than 9/11. It's completely new. And so I was telling them, we need to get a jump on this now. They were at first, the people we were talking to, they were going to help get this out. They're like, well, maybe we could do it 2 weeks from now. I'm like, no, we need to do it next week. We need to start next week, or which is this week. I guess it's Sunday right now. We need to start, have the next meeting on Monday, start rolling it out, have the first webinar on Wednesday or Thursday. Okay. So now, of course, the stuff that I'm sharing with them, I'm sharing the same tools and strategies with you. So if you're like, can I be a part of that? I'm already giving you the tools and strategies. If there's something extra, I will bring it to you. That's just for firefighters and fire chiefs specifically. But I'm going to continue to roll out new tools, new strategies. And it really is the same stuff that I've been sharing for a long time. It's just that now maybe people are going to pay attention to it a little bit more. Maybe now you have an opportunity to slow down and actually do something about your health, do something about your marriage, do something about your confidence, heal up from the past. If you don't know how to do that, which most people don't, I'll help you. I've been helping. All right. We have the tools, we have the path, we have the strategies. I already got that figured out. What I need is for you to say, all right, I'm in. Or for you to say, I've done this before. It's time to get reconnected again. Or maybe it didn't work out that great before, but maybe I'm going to give it another try, or we're going to look at it and we're going to approach it a different way. Because that's what achievers do. We keep coming at it and figuring it out. Most people don't think that way. That's why I call our group achievers, because we need to have a new approach to achieving goals. Most people quit or complain or blame or go into self-pity, or it didn't work a couple times and they're like, okay, well, I guess that just doesn't work for me. And oh, baloney, it does too. Your brain works the same way everybody else's does. You just got other issues that are in the way, right? Whether it's our ego or our blind spots or old programming from the past or just our attitude. And so, but people are coming up with all kinds of stuff right now. And I said this weeks ago, I said, in these situations, people that get scared are going to get scared. People that get angry are going to get angry. People that yell are going to yell. People that blame are going to blame. People that go into self-pity are going to go into self-pity. People that want to help are going to help. People that get really compassionate are going to get compassionate. You're not changing because of this situation. It's just revealing how you naturally are. This is just revealing you, right? So this is revealing your coping mechanisms. As Wayne Dyer said a long time ago, when you squeeze an orange, what comes out? Orange juice is what comes out. Why? Because that's what's inside. So when life squeezes you, what comes out? Well, whatever's inside, right? And you take a situation like COVID-19, the coronavirus, and that squeezes people. And then it's going to show you what comes out, right? And so whatever comes out of you, that's been inside of you the whole time. It's not like you suddenly have all these new emotions. Don't even fool yourself. Whatever you're responding to, you might feel a little bit more concerned than normal, but ultimately how you're responding is how you would respond anyway. And so we want to make sure that we are recognizing that, owning it, and then taking responsibility. The word responsibility means the ability to respond. We're standing in our power and saying, what can I do? Instead of what's going to happen to me, we say, what can I do? How can I show up? What do I want to have happen? How can I respond? How can I help myself feel safe? How can I help others feel safe? Sometimes for me, the best way to help me feel safe is to help others feel safe. And I feel like I'm doing something, right? It gives me a sense of control. I can't control so many of the things that are happening right now, but I can reach out to you, and that makes me feel like I have some kind of control over what I do with the situation. This is how I'm showing up, right? So, but we all have our skills. We all have our abilities. So some people are go out there and pray for people. Okay, everybody can pray. You can join some of the group meditations where people all over the world are meditating at a specific time or praying at a specific time. There's a video of people in Italy who everybody came out as a designated time on their balconies and cheered and applauded and made noise for all the first responders. Okay, that's something that made them feel like I can do this. I can be a part of humanity's, defense against the COVID-19, which is how we're going to get through it. It's going to bring the world closer together. And so, you might be someone who can sew masks, or you might be someone who can, prepare food, right? You might have other skills. There's so many things that we can do to support one another. I'm seeing the humanity in it. Watch all the people who are posting and saying, hey, this is what we're doing to help. And everybody can help. Right? A lot of times what we do is we disempower ourselves. Oh, I can't help. Yeah, you can. You can pray for somebody. You can pray for yourself. You can pray for the world. That's doing something. That's the fastest, easiest thing that anybody can do. And it matters. It counts. And there is scientific research that proves the power of prayer. And if you don't know that research, then Google it, because it's there. It gives you an opportunity to look at the research and say, wow, there is evidence that shows that prayer actually empowers people, helps people get healthier, and makes the world a better place. So everybody can do their part. Your role is to allow yourself to feel the feelings that you're having. And then once you express those feelings, turn the fire alarm off and then focus your attention on what can we do to feel safe and secure. And when you do this, you're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel more peaceful. And you're going to feel more at ease. All right. If you have any questions or you need anything, please reach out to me. Otherwise, God bless you. I'll be praying for you and everybody out here in the world. And I hope that you're going to be doing the same. And I'll be back live again tomorrow. If you have any questions about anything, or if you need some resources, then I'm going to put some resources in the bottom of this post. And so I released an audiobook from my Power of Optimism. And that audiobook, it's about 3.5 hours long. It's on YouTube. It's absolutely free. And you don't have to be on Facebook to get it. So you can go on YouTube and listen to the stories and the insights and strategies. It's on how to develop mental toughness. All right. And so we can all use that right now. And then I've got another one at, I think it's, I'll put a link in here. I think it's www.tinyurl.com/Tim Confidence. And that'll give you a free hypnosis session. Okay. So www.tinyurl.com/Tim Confidence. I'm going to double check, make sure that link still works, but that'll get you a free hypnosis session as well that will help boost your confidence. And then I've got some more stuff for you. I've been going all day long. And so I just got to set up the stuff to get you some more resources, and we'll keep getting through this together. All right. The thing that you can also do is share these posts. Share these posts with as many people as possible, because there's a lot of nonsense out there, and there's a lot of people out there that are trying to take advantage of the opportunity. And so be cautious with that. I've been putting out really high-end quality content backed by a lot of love and a lot of free stuff for a long time. And so you can feel comfortable sharing these tools and these messages. And because I'm not trying to build a list right now or sell you anything, I'm giving you all my stuff for free. So what I am trying to do, though, is get these tools out to as many people as possible. And you can help me with that, okay, by sharing these posts and by reviewing them. Because when you say something nice and you comment, then the algorithm in Facebook notices that, and then it makes the video more visible to others. So, all right. Thanks so much. God bless you. Talk to you soon. I'm just putting the link in here. All right. Awesome. Thanks.